All right, here we go. All right, today is November 14th, 2024. My name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. Thank you, traders, for being here. Thank you, everybody out there in digital land. Appreciate that. My SPY pivot this morning, 596.80. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. SPY closed. 2-hour downtrend, 10-minute downtrend. SPY made. Inside day closing over a bullish trap over the 17. Diamond Dow and IWM made lower highs and lower lows, closing inside bullish traps over their 17 EMAs. QQQ, FNGU made higher highs and higher lows, closing over bullish traps over their 17 EMAs. All of the Fab 5 are still in daily uptrends. Gold now in a downtrend, made a lower high and a lower low, closing under a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. Silver in an uptrend, made an outside day, closing outside day is higher high and lower low, closing under a bearish trap under the 17. UNG in a daily downtrend, made a mirror day. All right, that would be equal high, equal low, closing over a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. USO, is that over? Yeah, over the 17 and over the bullish trap. USO in an uptrend, made a lower high and a lower low, closing under a bearish trap under the 17. US dollar continues its uptrend and closed near the 106.47 area. All right, let's go take a look at some charts this morning. All right, what we're getting up here on SPY. All right, what we're getting up here is price action has come to the whole round number, which is 600. And we're just kind of flagging out here because 600 is a psychological number. It's a target for a lot of traders, for a lot of institutions. They just probably want to take a whole lot of profit here. So we could be banging away at 600 for, I don't know, maybe it could be another 5, 6, 7 days. We'll see what happens. All right, but you see here's price action for today. Got a little bit of a lower high and a higher low, closing over the trap, over the 17 EMA. That's still bullish. All right, we're just moving up and holding this higher ground. We just might wind up banging around here for a while until how do I say it? We exhaust the overhead supply of sellers. All right, so that's typical. See how we were here at the 580 area, just banging away for how long? Looked like almost from October 14th until the end of, so about 14 days. It's just banging away at overhead supply, just trying to exhaust the overhead supply of sellers before finally pulling back and then ripping up over it. Could be the same thing right here. I wouldn't doubt it at all. All right, it's going to be a big number for a lot of institutions that, you know, SPY's at 600. It's here now. Let's just go ahead and sell. So we might be at that point. So we'll see what happens. But I expect we've been up here now for 3 days. Maybe we get a breakout today. All right. I like to hold for like 3 days and then see that breakout candle. So maybe we get a breakout candle today. Maybe another mirror day or inside day. We'll see what happens. So there's SPY on the daily chart. For the pivot for this morning, like I said, it's going to be 596.80. All right, so that's going to be right about just a little bit higher, right there. Okay, so above that, I'm a bull. Below that, I'm a bear. And if you're doing green erases red, here's your red on the way down. Your first entry is right here, right over 598.29. So that's your first entry for SPY. Green erases red. And on the bearish side, we'd have to cut down below right here, 596.01. Okay, so over 598.30 and 596. Just call it 596. All right, so underneath 596 is the bearish entry. All right, so we'll see what happens here today. All right, so this will be right now we're just kind of waffling inside of where we closed yesterday. You can see on the chart for SPY, we closed with a 10-minute downtrend. If we look at the 2-hour chart, we closed with a 2-hour downtrend right here. And then on the daily chart, we're still in an uptrend. Notice the 3 EMA, that's the faster moving average up over the slower moving average, which is the 8. All three up over rising 17 EMA right there. So you've already got the marching orders for today over 598.29. And it's possible we just ping pong back and forth inside this area. We'll see what happens. So there's SPY this morning. This is still bullish. All right, we moved up. We've held the higher ground up here. This is still bullish. All right, so it's still in an uptrend. Everything is still working. Let's take a look at QQQ. Hit that up on the daily chart. Okay, QQQ, you can see up here, QQQ made new all-time highs about 3 days ago right there. All right, so QQQ price action looking like a higher low and a higher high, closing over the trap or right on top of the trap. Over this rising 17 EMA right there. Okay, so QQQ, very bullish, making higher highs and higher lows. Moving up, holding the higher ground. Everything about QQQ right now is bullish. All right, same thing with SPY. All right, just maybe not on the 10-minute chart, might be in a downtrend. All right, but all in all, from a daily standpoint, this is still working. And they're just pausing right now, doing a little bit of rest before they want to go higher. Let's take a look at FNGU. All right, FNGU, yesterday's price action, higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the rising 17 EMA. Okay, they are dangerously close. See how close they came to attacking the all-time highs? So they got up there, and they got pushed back by the bears a little bit, but you can see there's only a few more dollars before they make a brand new all-time high in the FNGU. Price action, higher low, higher high, closing over the trap and over the 17. Price action making higher highs and higher lows. All right, that's bullish. Up over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP, that's bullish. Everything about FNGU on the daily chart is still very bullish. Let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow, yesterday's price action is lower high, lower low, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17, and over a prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Everything's still bullish, moving up and holding the higher ground. Everything's still bullish about Diamond Dow. Everything's still looking good. You can see all of the Fab 5 are in daily uptrends. Let's take a look at IWM, price action for IWM. This is red candle. Lower high, lower low, closing over a bullish, inside a bullish trap, over a rising 17 EMA right there. Okay, up over the 2.5-year high anchored VWAP, making higher highs and higher lows. Moving up, holding the higher ground. All of that is bullish up there. It's just not bullish on the 10-minute. You can see we're getting 10-minute downtrend. Probably not on the 2-hour either. 2-hour, got a 2-hour downtrend. But moving up and holding this area, that's bullish. Now moving up here and coming back, that's neutral. All right, from this point here up to there, and then back, that's neutral. But all in all, everything's still working out fine here on the Fab 5. All right, let's go take a look at our technicals. T2122. All right, for yesterday's price action, you can see we fought our way out of the seller's chop zone into the buyer's chop zone. Managed to spend most of the day there before end of day. They knocked us out and back down into the seller's chop zone. Okay, so looking like a lot of green and probably some red at the end of the day for T2123. And what do we got? We got some green at the beginning of the day and then some red at the end of the day. All in all, still holding the higher ground, still up here in quadrant 4, up over the rising 17 EMA, attacking the all-time high right there. Okay, so everything's still looking good, T2123. See the move up and holding the higher ground up here in quadrant 4. That's bullish. T2123 3-bar chart, going to look very similar. Moving up, holding the higher ground. Put in 3 more green candles right there. Closing in quadrant 4. Up over its rising 200 SMA. Everything's still bullish, looking for a breakout to the upside. I think they probably nail a new all-time high this week. We'll see what happens. All right, let's go take a look at FNGU. FNGU had a nice day yesterday, and the buying program began at the beginning of the day, and then they just kind of pulled the bid and let it free fall back into VWAP here. So there's FNGU. Okay, again, moving up, holding the higher ground, moving up, maybe holding the higher ground. Maybe we get consolidation right here over prior consolidation. Maybe we consolidate here over this consolidation right through here. Okay, that's bullish. Consolidation over prior consolidation is bullish. Moving up, holding the higher ground, that's bullish. Up over a rising 200 SMA is bullish. Up over an all-time high anchored VWAP is bullish. Money is flowing in to the Fab 5 right now, okay? I don't know how much more it's going to come in, but it's still, everything is still bullish and looking good. All right, let's go take a look at precious metals. All right, we'll start off with silver. All right, so silver today just starts a new downtrend. This would be yesterday's price action candle. You can see we did not make a new low right there. See, there's still that little nub underneath this tail right there. So, but what we did make was an outside day, and that's a higher high and a lower low. We closed under a bearish trap. We closed under the falling 17. We closed under 2 prior all-time high anchored VWAPs right there. All right, silver kind of losing the mojo with the strong dollar. Okay, we're no longer in quadrant 4. We're not even in quadrant 3 when we closed yesterday. We're now under the midpoint back to quadrant 2. All right, so there's silver on the daily chart. Let's take a look at GLD. So silver now in a downtrend. All right, GLD in a downtrend. They broke the pivot low. Yesterday's price action, lower high, lower low, closing under a bearish trap, under a falling 17 EMA, and still up in quadrant 3 up here. Not quite as bad as silver, but gold started off with a bigger pop up there. So breaking the downtrend line the uptrend line right through here. So there's gold on the daily chart starting a downtrend because it made, see this valley right here. Let me trash that out. And let's just make it a little thicker. We got a little valley that comes right through here. Okay, and we broke the low of that valley. That puts us in a downtrend. So that's GLD. All right, so gold now in a downtrend. Let's take a look at USO. All right, that's petroleum crude oil. Okay, USO took out this high right here. Okay, USO took out the high right there, so it's in an uptrend. If they take out the low right here, they'll be in a downtrend. They took out the high, so they're still in an uptrend. Price action for yesterday, lower high, lower low, closing under the bearish trap under the wavy 17 EMA. Okay, just kind of winging around here, consolidating for USO. Okay, so that's price action for USO. In an uptrend, it just doesn't seem to know it. All right, let's take a look at UNG. UNG, not much exciting going on here except for a little bit of bullish price action here. All right, so UNG still in a downtrend, making lower highs and lower lows. Price action. Right here, you can see price action for UNG. I got to zoom in. All right, got a lower high, look like an inside day or a mirror day. One of them had a mirror day. I'm not sure which one, if it was this one or not the other one. I think it was this one. Yeah, mirror day. So it's an identical day to the previous day. Closing over the bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA. Okay. UNG still in a downtrend. If they take out this high right here, they'll be in an uptrend. Right now, still in a downtrend. All right, let's take a look at a few sectors, then we'll hit the economics package. SMH. All right, SMH closing in the upper third. That's still bullish. Up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. That's bullish. Making higher highs and higher lows. That's bullish. Moving up and holding the higher ground. That's bullish. Everything's still bullish about SMH. XLK. Technology closing up in quadrant 4. That's bullish. Attacking the all-time highs. That's bullish. Up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. That's bullish. Making higher highs and higher lows, that's bullish. Closing up over the trap, over the rising 17, also bullish. Everything bullish about XLK. Let's take a look at XLI. XLI moving up and holding the higher ground, bullish. Closing up in quadrant 4, bullish. Up over 2 prior all-time high anchored VWAPs, bullish. Closing over the trap, over the rising 17, still bullish. Everything's still bullish about XLI. Take a look at XLU. XLU is in a downtrend, but we don't expect this to be in an uptrend because it's a defensive sector. Price action making lower lows. Here's a low. We made a lower low and lower highs. So making lower lows and lower highs. Price action for XLU. Closing in the upper third. That's still very bullish. All right, but price action, lower high, lower low, closing underneath a bearish cross underneath the 17 EMA. XLU in a downtrend, but still bullish up here in the upper third. Okay, don't expect this to do any great performance because it is a defensive sector. All right, so had we had a recession, this would do really well. We're not in a recession right now. There's XLU. Let's take a look at XLF. XLF banging away at the highs up here, holding the higher ground, up over a prior all-time high anchored VWAP, up over the trap, over the rising 17, up at the high at quadrant 4. Everything's still bullish about XLF. Okay, everything's still looking good there. So we got financials in an uptrend and looking bullish. We got technology in an uptrend and looking bullish. We got semiconductors in an uptrend and looking kind of bullish. All right, they're up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. We got industrials in an uptrend and looking bullish. What's left is just nothing but transports. Let's go take a look at retail and then we'll hit the transports. XRT is our retail sector on the bigger picture. You can see price action has moved up and consolidated for about 10 months here. All right, we are trying to break out of the top of all these peaks up here. We got a wick or, a gap up and then a move lower, another gap up and a move lower, a move up and then a bearish engulfing, another move up and then bearish engulfing. Okay, now we're coming up over here. A little bit different this time. Why? Because this is what I like to see. We're moving up and we're holding the higher ground. Something different than what we used to do. We used to go up and give it up. Go up, give it up, go up, give it up. See what I'm saying? We're not doing that this time. That's bullish. And that's why I say that's the type of price action I look for in a security or something that I'd like to trade, especially long, because that's what I want to see. Go up and hold that higher ground. not go up and give it up. Now they're no longer giving it up and they're holding it. They're making higher highs and higher lows. That's bullish. They're up at the top of quadrant 4. That's bullish. They're up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. That's also bullish. They've moved up and held the higher ground up here. That's also bullish. Everything looking good on the retail sector, looking primed for a nice breakout. Keep an eye on Amazon. All right, let's take a look at IYT. All right, so here's the transports, yesterday's price action. Not a bad candle at all. I hope that's the true candle, but here's IYT. Higher low, higher high, closing over the trap over the 17 EMA, up over a prior all-time high anchored VWAP. That's the pink line. Price action still very bullish on IYT. Transports looking good. See them move up and holding the higher ground up here. That's what we like. Let's take a look at the economics package, and then we'll wrap this up. Okay, so for the dollar, closed yesterday. See that right here, 104.46. It is attacking the last. This right here, this candle right here today. Okay, this will make the new high for 2024. Right there, that is a new high for 2024. If they keep going past these candles, and they're not far, that will be probably a multi-year high. Let's see if I can get the rest of this to fill in. But anyways, definitely in an uptrend, okay? Making higher lows and higher highs, wiping out this high, this high, this high, this high, and these highs. Okay, so U.S. dollar index in bull mode. All right, and you can see we closed up here, 106.46. All right, see if we can get the rest of that to fill in. We're attacking almost the 2-year highs now. All right, still looking good. There's the U.S. dollar. If you're bullish on the dollar, me, I'm not in favor of the dollar being bullish. I am bullish on the dollar, but I'm not in favor of it, okay? Because the strong dollar just makes our goods and services more expensive to foreign countries, and we don't seem to sell as much when it costs foreign countries more to buy our products. So that's not good for me, anyways. So there's U.S. dollar. Let's take a look at Max Payne, and then we'll hit the economic calendar, see if that's going to fire up. All right, Max Payne taking some time. Economic calendar, let's just go there. Jobless claims coming out at 8:30 today. PPI final demand, 8:30. Natural gas report, 10:30. Petroleum report at 11. Mr. Powell's going to speak at 3 p.m. Looking like we had pretty good CPI. They said it was within expectations. It's exactly what they wanted. So there shouldn't be a whole lot of juice inside of Mr. Powell's speech today, okay? Should be very little volatility as markets did exactly what he wanted, which was the soft landing. Okay, so for tomorrow, so we'll see what happens, but it could get volatile at 3 p.m. On Friday, November 15th, okay, that's tomorrow. Retail sales at 8:30, import-export prices at 8:30, Empire State Manufacturing Index 8:30, industrial production at 9:15, business inventories at 10, and a rig count at 1. All right, so could see some volatility around 3 o'clock today. We'll see what happens. Maximum pain. Let's try this again. You know what? We're just going to go here. And we're going to click that. For earnings for today, today's Thursday, we're going to get Walt Disney's going to report this morning, $183 billion. Applied Materials tonight, $153 billion. And some more familiar names, but nothing that's really going to move the markets. Tomorrow, we're going to get Alibaba's going to report. It's $232 billion. Couple of, again, some more familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the markets. And on Monday, we're going to get, looks like Trip.com and some more familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the markets. See if Max Payne's going to come in today. Nothing there. All right, so that's it. We did the calendar. We did the earnings reports. We did the dollar. The only thing we couldn't get is Max Payne. All right, and we'll see if they just don't seem to want to give it to us today. Let's try one other website, see if we can get one from there. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. It seems like I got a slow internet. We got a Houston. We have a problem issue right here. Doesn't seem to want to fire up or give me any data today right now. See if I got some charts. I still got some charts. Let's try SPY. All right, here we are with SPY. We'll zoom in on it one more time before I leave you guys. And no data. All right. Well, anyways, at the beginning of the video, you see the marching orders. You can see green erases red entry, and the red erases green entry. All right. So that's it for right now. I'll take questions in the room. If not, I'm going to render my video and get this thing out there for everybody out there in digital land. Thank you very much, people. All right. Other than that, we'll see you guys a little bit later. About 45 minutes, and we'll open up the markets.